One of those. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Cache. I'm using headphones, so y'all definitely let me know if y'all can hear me in the comments today. So, hey, y'all. Here's the thing. Am I on a hiatus? Yes, I am. Am I only live because I love Nicole? Pretty much because here's the thing. She would have had to host all of them herself for us to not break our schedule. And your girl was like, yo, low key, that'd be high key very rude. Yes, I did say low key, that'd be high key very rude. Just for go with it. Just go with it. And so here we are. So for those of you guys who are new and or those who are watching on the replay, my name is Cache and you are watching Shay with the hobbies. I be reading, I be writing, I be creating. If that is something that you think you want to be a part of, make sure that you've hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. But before you do that, just remember that I, like all of my content, is black with a big old B. So you just know, okay? Funny thing, I was watching a stream today, right? And so like y'all know that Wale song that I love, "Sue Me, I'm rooting for everybody is black," right? Y'all know I love that song, right? So somebody was like, I wrote the lyric in the chat and they were like, I love everybody equally. And I was like, nah, it's black people over everybody for me. Like, it just is. So, there you go. Because
It's
I was
amazing.
like, first of all, it's the song lyrics. So I don't know why you felt the need to say anything, anyways. But since you felt the need, I'm feeling petty too. So, nah, it's black people over everybody for me. So, there we go.
They didn't know the song lyrics.
Right. But now let my lovely co-host, the gorgeous Nicole, introduce herself.
Oh, thank you. And you are on a hiatus, and I totally would have hosted every live if that's what you wanted me to do. I'm here for you. I'm here to serve you. Whatever you need, I have you.
Okay, so this is totally gonna be an inside joke, so y'all are not gonna know what this is. But the way that you said that, and all I heard was your story and one of your scenes in my head, I was like, this is not. I should not. Word association. It is all your fault. It's
That
all your
is,
fault.
and I take full responsibility for it,
Because
and
that
that's
is
fine.
because now you know exactly what I'm picturing too.
I
Because of you, it's your fault. It's totally your fault. It's totally your fault.
I mean, you're welcome.
Yo, I'm not gonna say it like that. Oh, that scene when I had text you, I was like, between you and Twin, I feel like here's the thing.
I know.
Nicole, me and Nicole have all kind of conversations, right? So Nicole knows that I'm not this like super prudish person. But the truth of the matter is, I feel that way when I'm reading Nicole and Twin stuff. I feel like you know what? I need to go pray for a little bit because, like, it's a lot going on, Lord. And I feel like I may have strayed, and all I did was read a page. That's all that happened. But would I recommend it? Hell yeah.
Like when I
I'm just
send
saying.
you stuff and you're like,
I literally like I'll be like, Nicole, corner, you're in timeout. Like,
you're bad. Go.
can you just not text me for like 5 minutes because like, bruh, I can't handle it. I can't handle it. Hilarious. Okay, back to you introducing yourself. My bad.
So funny. Well, my name is Nicole. You can find me on all the social media platforms at Who Picked This Book. That's me. I pick the books sometimes. But I'm over there talking, writing, raving about romance, all things romance genre. But yeah, I'm really excited to be doing this with Cache. I really love you so, so much. And look at how far we're getting in this book. Massive, massive book. Oh,
We're totally getting close to the halfway mark.
oh
Like
yeah,
we're getting close to
absolutely.
the halfway mark. And the crazy
Mhm.
part is the whole thing is almost over. Like we're
I know.
almost over with it, and we still aren't halfway through this book. Insane.
I know. I'm just like,
Insane. Right?
that kind of
That
makes
means
me
that
think, like,
the last short
how
story's gotta be thick.
long.
They
yes.
gotta be thick for real,
Yep.
for real.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yep.
man,
Because oh yeah, because we only from last week. This is last week.
we only had
this
one long.
week.
We only had one long story, and that was the
Yeah.
Murders of the Rue Morgue, and that was like 30-something pages.
Yeah, that was so long.
That one was long. I was like, this would be the one that was in Frasier. Golly, golly. All right, let's say hi to people and then we'll get to talking. Lee, what's good, fam? For those of you guys who don't know, Lee is part of my fam. Lee Holderfield Rice. Make sure that you check him out on Instagram, on YouTube. Hey, fam, are you streaming for the Worldwide Write-a-thon this month? Let me know. I can't remember if I like saw your name or not. So let me know, and I'll make sure to like link that during the thing. But make sure y'all check out his channel, check out his stuff. Good writer, great vibes. Love it, love it, love it. Pat, you know I love you. And you make me miss streaming because you're so awesome. Pat said, hello, both. Hope you're doing okay. Just here to be intrigued and support. And we love you for it. Oh, Puffington. Hello. It's so good to see you. Aaron, hello. Here's the truth, Aaron. I know I missed the live recently, and I'm sorry. Pat said, we love you, Cliche and Mr. Cole. Thank you. Let's shake vibe with her badass up. You know, here's the thing. I be trying. I really be trying. I do. Lee said, I'm always down to support my fellow writers, but based off Shay's reaction, my A stuff is scared. Fam, I was scared. I was like, what is, it's 7? It's 7. It's 7. And they all fine? Okay, girl. I mean, I guess.
7 whole penises.
Yeah. I cannot hang this time. I'm camping the hole. Oh, nice. I hope you have fun then, fam. For real. Yeah, 7 whole penises. That was the sentence. That was the sentence that you said. I was like, that is literally what she said. Well, I was like, no, that's what she said. She said that's exactly what she said. That's funny. Well, fortunately for us, Eddie P don't be talking about penises, you know, so we won't be talking about that. Here's the thing. You know, I feel like maybe like this week's stories and last week's had a lot more like we still were dealing with some of his essays, cause like the furniture, bruh. All I thought about reading the furniture was like, so what you saying is Americans been wasteful for forever. Like, not that we went on 7 pages about furniture and how Americans decorate compared to the English.
I was like, furniture? We're talking about furniture.
And I was hoping for like maybe something allegorical. I was hoping for some analogy, some metaphor. And I was like, nah, fam really just don't like how we spend a lot of money to decorate. Like, he just really, Eddie P was just done. And he was like, I'm going to write about it. Here's the thing, y'all. I rant about a lot when I'm like stream of consciousness, right? I will come back and haunt everybody if y'all publish that, is all I'm saying. Who wants to read that?
This literally was just in like Edgar Allan Poe's like diary. Like he kept hidden under the bed. Like this was just him ranting because he went over to someone's house for dinner and was like, this is ridiculous. This whole area, like I'm not feeling the furniture.
What was old boy's name? The footnote guy. I feel like this was his doing. I feel like he was like, I'm a shit on your whole legacy by putting out your little stream of consciousness bullshit, and you just gonna have to deal with it. And I feel like I ain't never been a hater. I don't know how it feels, but I feel like old boy was hating because
his
why?
name was Rufus, wasn't it?
Rufus. What did we call him? I remember we gave him a little nickname.
We did.
Gave him a little nickname.
Griswold.
Grizzy. Grizzy.
Yes.
Grizzy.
Okay.
We was calling him Grizzy. Grizzy with his little hating self. Cause like, why? I mean, last week I was already done, and I was like, "Dang, well, how did this miss that chunk? Could we just got all the essays in one little chunk? Cause like
in one go, yeah,
it was a lot. It was low key. Like I feel like reading somebody's Twitter thread about something they annoyed about. Like that's how they feel.
Honestly, this felt like the equivalent of like an angry rant Facebook post. Like
Right.
Edgar Allan Poe is still drunk from dinner. Like they were having a good time, drunk, drinking, and he come home still
And
drunk, and he's like,
another thing.
7 pages long of just.
Well, you know what else about Cindy's house? All them damn mirrors. Why you got mirrors everywhere? It looked like a never-ending room. Okay, Edgar.
I know, like this was just a drunk rant that was never supposed to see the light of day.
Never supposed to see the light of day, and it just like goes back to what we talked about last week. Like everything ain't for everybody. Like don't like. Why?
It was just so fun. I was just like, why are we talking about furniture? Why? I just don't know.
Right. So, okay. So, not gonna lie, of course, y'all know me. It's been a mental health crisis. So your girl ain't finished all the stories, of course. But of the ones I did finish, I will say the one that like intrigued me the most, so would be the Man of the Crowd.
Okay.
Specifically because like I love people watching. I love people watching. Some of my like greatest, most fun story ideas have come from people watching. And I was like, this is intriguing. My dude, you're stalking, oh boy. You are now stalking. You have developed you have moved into creep level. Like this man crossed the river and you still there. I think it's in your imagination that he don't know you there. That man knows you there, buddy. Like he knows.
He thought he
like,
was so.
He was like, he still ain't seen me. Like the number of times he says he still hasn't noticed me in some form could have been a poem.
Yeah.
Like how many ways can Edgar Allan pretend that he ain't been seen? Was literally the title of the poem. Because
why all these like ways? I guarantee you he's seen you because you know, like if you follow someone
you
for long
feel
enough,
it. You feel somebody's eyes on you.
Yeah.
And at one point you said you was dang near touching his elbow. You don't think that man felt
that close, and you don't
you
think
were
he
that
knew
close? Like you're low key breathing on him, my dude. Like for real.
He doesn't know I'm
here. Right. Right. The other part that was funny was like at the end he was like, this man, he's a man of the crowd. He like did. So you still didn't think he saw you?
Very strange.
It was weird. I was like, yo, oh, is that a spider? Oh my god, it's a spider. Y'all know I done this. Okay, I'm gonna let you take over, and I'm gonna get this little thing. Yeah, Charlotte don't got no business being here. Go ahead, you have that. Y'all remember the last time that happened, and I was live crocheting, and it was like the size of a daggum football.
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah. The girl is traumatized for forever. Okay, let me get this spider.
Okay, we'll be here. So yeah, that there's just a lot of very strange, like Edgar Allan Poe just thought he was like a comedic genius, and for some of them, some of his short stories, some of his poems, like yeah, satire, hilarious. Some of these, you know, it's just like that friend who just thinks they're funny and just keeps telling jokes. I felt like that was this whole section. Like Edgar Allan Poe just really thought he was so funny, but he wasn't. But so to answer the question, what was your favorite short story of the week? It's kind of difficult because I feel like I wasn't really drawn to any one in particular because I feel like almost every week I'm just like, yes, this one, no question about it is my favorite, but I don't really have one of those this week. I really did.
Same.
Right?
Also, I sent you a picture. It's small, but it's still a spider, so don't judge.
Small but fierce. If I had to say what was my favorite of the week, it would probably be either The Island of the Fae or A Descent into the Maelstrom. Either or. Those are the ones.
I liked Island of the Fae. I definitely liked Island of the Fae.
Mhm.
I think it didn't go where I thought it was gonna go. So I definitely liked it. And
That
I didn't
spider
finish.
looks massive. Sorry.
Man,
That spider looks
and it's so dark. So like it was hard to miss because of how white the walls are.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
I don't like it. Yeah, that's
I'm over here got the hiccups. Let me grab some water.
it's stress. It's the stress hiccups.
It stressed me out. I couldn't. It's the spider, Nicole.
And that just reminds me of the book that I'm reading right now. Gosh, I sent you a picture of the book that I'm reading right now. Mhm. Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can.
Y'all, okay. So when she sent me this, here's the thing. I was like,
Yep.
why? Who decided that they needed to humanize a spider and let him? The way that Nicole was like, and she made him this dress with her web. I was like, oh.
He did. He's very crafty. He made that dress for her.
I was like, man, if ever we have an alien invasion, I'm just gonna pray for Nicole and her husband because, like, I feel like if ever they come and get her and they like, you want to try something new? I'm gonna be like, my friend is gone. She gone, y'all. She not coming back.
You know, if there is an alien invasion and you don't hear from me ever again,
man, I'm just y'all.
I
left. So you know how you got some friends that you just know. Like I just know that she went willingly. I know that it was like
there was no abduction.
There was no abduction. I just know she's like, you know, I don't like Earth no more anyway. I see what you're talking about. Let's see what you're talking about.
I'm just gonna try my luck somewhere else and just walk.
Y'all, I just have no idea. I literally like. I was hollering when she was like, he made her this dress. I was so.
He's so nice. Like, he's so protective and just really caring and well endowed.
All I'm saying is, it's like, this is the most white girl response ever. Like, he's so sweet and caring and I'm like, but he's a spider.
He's
Nicole.
a spider.
He's a spider, Nicole. Like a whole nother.
Yeah. Yep. And that reminds me, I got my monster.
Oh yeah, monsters need love too. I love it.
I said romance, but make it weird.
You know what? The truth is that
in a nutshell,
Shrek set us up for this. That's the truth. Shrek set us up for this to be a thing.
That's true.
It did. Okay, so we didn't have favorites this week. We had things that we liked and that were intriguing. Mm-hmm. What about things we were not feeling? Y'all already know I was not feeling the furniture conversation.
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't.
Like, Eddie P, we came for you for stories and not interior decoration. That's how I was feeling. And then I will say that, like, in the first couple of stories, and in the like pretty much since we've had our racism in classics talk, there has been much more acknowledgement of people of other types of races and nationalities, and it's all very stereotypical. Like, it is all very stereotypical, and it's very interesting to realize how long these stereotypes have existed.
Yep. I think it was The Man in the Crowd, wasn't it?
Yeah, The Man in the Crowd was one that was like really, and like, so like the furniture was like partially because it was talking about like people, like how people decorate and stuff like that, which I thought was interesting because it referred to people of different nationalities, of different races. And I thought
Mhm.
that was interesting because, again, we talk about all the time how race is a construct, and not necessarily race itself, but the idea of race and how it moves and how people move through the world is a construct, right? And
Mhm.
so I just thought it was interesting because, again, we say this all the time. Everybody wasn't considered white at one point in time. Like, they
Mhm.
weren't. Like,
Right.
it gradually became, well, I guess we need to include them so we can be bigger and it can be more of us because that.
Mhm.
So that was something that I definitely noticed
Yeah,
this week.
for sure. And I was like, I don't know, maybe it's because we had our discussion. It's like I'm I don't know if I'm necessarily looking for it, but I'm noticing it more ever since our discussion. And the fact that,
I'm
I
gonna be
still just
honest.
can't.
I don't think it's a noticing more. I think it is just more. Cause like the
Oh,
truth of
okay.
the matter is like I really was looking so that like I
Hmm.
could have things to point at.
Yeah,
And it
that's
just
true.
it wasn't a thing. It's just like it's just become more of a thing the deeper we get into it. And
Hmm.
again, we don't know chronologically when things were written because it's not how it was
Right.
put in there. So we
Right.
don't know if it's like you decided to become more aware or you decided to put more into it or what, or if
Hmm.
these were things that you wrote before and then you were like, I want to homogenize all my characters and settings. I don't know.
Yeah, that's also kind of like another thing where I just want to kind of have like a timeline of when all of this was, you know, written and or published, So, but yeah, it was just, and it's, I think we talked about it last week where we're just like, we just couldn't believe like the one source in this person's entire like dissertation essay was just how to write a Blackwood article, and we've seen it in multiple different short stories. So it's very interesting.
And I think it part of it does go to the fact that like it's so stereotypical
Mhm.
and so like covert and not overt
Mhm.
that to me it's like I see why some people are like they didn't see it or it wasn't there because
Mhm.
again like you see it's taken us months to get through as much as we've gotten through of his short stories, and if it's not something that you're focusing on, if you focus on the main ones and you don't see it,
Right. Like
right, like
the more popular ones or the more,
right,
yeah. Mhm.
right, right. So
Mhm.
I definitely think it is interesting that that was the only one specifically with that was 3 weeks ago now. So
Mhm.
we've had 2 different weeks of stories and we can point to things and be like,
Yep.
there it is.
Right. Mhm.
There it is. It's
Yep.
right there. So
Yeah.
so which one were you not feeling this week?
Let me look at all of them listed. I also like I there were two, right? There were two this week
Mm-hmm.
where they were love stories, and both like the love interest or the person that the narrator was in love with was their cousin. Two. Eleonora and 3 Sundays in a Week. And maybe it's just because they were back to back, but I'm just like, you really had a thing for the cousins.
Right. I'm like, why is it a thing that this was like? Why was this a
It
thing
was
that
a
was going?
thing. It was a thing, right? Like, it's not just Edgar Allan Poe. I feel like a lot of people married their cousins. Like, it's
Right.
just like, I don't know.
Okay.
Like,
Because here,
why was it a thing?
so here's the thing. Here's part of it. Part of it is y'all was nasty. So that's the first part. Um,
Reason
the second
number
part,
one.
that's number one. The second thing is like there's this obsession with racial purity and purity that they had at this time. And so why y'all thought that like having sex with relatives kept your bloodline pure and not you was given okay, so no, I'm not gonna say that. That's gonna be real. I'm gonna say that when it's just us because you'll hear my heart and you'll
I
laugh
hear.
and it'll be funny. But like I'm this was a common practice for quite a while. So there are
What?
quite a few
Yeah.
people that live in this country that are descendants from people that this was how
Mhm.
they lived and how they maneuvered.
Yep.
I'm not saying that it means that there's a lot of people that have, logical disabilities because of it. But,
absolutely.
I'm saying that, some things are hereditary and some of y'all's, genealogy is a little closer than it should be, is all I'm saying. So
it's not just kind of like
it's everywhere because like royalty, right? Like,
absolutely.
And everybody likes to act like America is America, but we forget that America is the bastard child of it. Like, the original Americans were all English.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And the current Queen of England right now was related to I don't like to her husband. Really through different lines, right. But they were related. If you go back far enough, they were related. And it's not just like cognitive and mental, disabilities and stuff. It's physical. It's
physical things, right? Like there's physical things that like have happened. So like I don't know.
Yeah,
it's just like, when you be like, remember we watched that video and she was like, we know Black people have like generational trauma, and it's like, things that they're dealing with that they haven't even experienced. And but how does that look on the other side of the equation? This is part of that other side of the equation. Like, truth be told, right? Because the other part of that is that in slavery days, y'all didn't allow Black people to be in monogamous relationships. Y'all bred them like cattle so that they were having kids by multiple different people to give what y'all were getting. So like, it's not a us thing because you didn't let it happen.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very strange, like the way, like how far we've come in like medicine and things like that. But then also it's just like,
the crazy part is like this was less than 200 years ago.
Exactly.
Like that's the insane part. Like it wasn't super long ago, right?
No. When you think of history, America's a baby, like
super baby, and be walking around like they got big boy drawers on. No,
a baby.
You are a baby. Like Similac still on your breath. I don't understand why we be like walking around like we like the grandparents or whatnot. Like the truth of the matter is slavery hasn't been gone for 200 years.
No, absolutely not.
Right. Like
no. I think I saw, where did I see? I think it was on Twitter or Instagram or something. Like someone made like it was like a
right,
meter,
no, it's
like
a timeline, and you get to see, and so it's like, bro, like it's really not that long.
Like
and
if this is the whole timeline,
right.
like slavery is this whole part of it.
Whole part.
So it's
then we got like Jim Crow did this whole part,
right.
And then everything like, and that carried for 100 years after slavery was over. So it's like.
Yeah, like I saw like someone made an actual graphic. Like for those of you who are I feel like I'm gonna pull it up
because I'm
yes,
it's I know
amazing.
You can Google it.
It's great because it's like for those of you who are visual learners, you can see that like we're not far from this. It's like we haven't, evolved past, very far. Like I said, like, we're babies, and yeah, it's ridiculous. It really is. But yeah,
it's crazy. Watch it be for Stanford. Yep. All right, let's share the screen real quick. Never chose. Okay, Chrome tab. This one you're talking about? Oh, is it not? So you're just not gonna show up? Okay.
You're just not. Okay. Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can you go big? I just want to see you real big. Not it's how. What's the title? How white supremacy attempts to make slavery and segregation so long ago.
It's not like
it's not.
It's
and the crazy part is slavery didn't end in segregation didn't end in 1954.
It didn't.
Like that's the other part. It's like that's not what happened.
No. Like
I don't know
there are still parts of the United States that had segregation well until the 70s and 80s.
There's places that are still segregated now. I was in middle school when they did a 20-minute special on, or 60-minute special on a segregated prom. I feel like it's happened as recent as 2016.
Oh, geez. That's kind of crazy.
Right.
So we can move that yellow meter a little bit more. Yeah.
Let's see. Not someone said 1960s, 1970s. No, it's not.
I'm trying to hide the truth.
No, it's not. Because
I'm trying to hide the truth, Google.
Right. So, okay, so there's one article I'm seeing that until 2013, Wilcox County High School held 2 proms, one for white students and one for black students.
That is 2013?
2013. And I know it's not the one that's more recent because I've seen it like since I've been out of college. But yeah.
Wow. Just wow.
So, and I think it's also interesting to say, okay, so here's something that y'all need to know. That's random. So y'all know that like I write a lot, right? And so I'm working on a story set and a fictional HBCU, and that judge that was quoted, Constance, one of the halls are named after her because she was like one of the first black judges, and so one of the like halls for the law school is named after her. Just a little tidbit of history I just put in my book, y'all. You know.
That's cool.
But no, like segregated proms were definitely still a thing. And I remember being like, I remember being a kid watching that on 60 Minutes and being like, this is crazy.
That is
like, there's no reason that someone born in 1990 should have had any kind of actual experience of knowing about segregation. There's no reason for that.
No, absolutely not.
And the insane part is on the graphic, the year that segregation was supposedly ended was 1954. We were definitely still segregated because Martin Luther King was definitely marching in the 60s.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So that's another thing. Like, I love how we talk about vote to change laws. Can we stop acting like it didn't take 30 plus years for someone to actually enact this law? Or how, like, technically we had the right to vote in 1865, and as soon as black people got the right to vote, we got the first black senator, and it was like, fuck this, and we didn't get to vote again. Literally what happened. Hiram Rhodes became the first black senator, and we didn't have another one for another damn 100 years almost.
Oh yeah, because they kept making laws that restricted voting rights.
You can't guess all these gumballs in this thing, then you can't vote. Are you serious?
If you can't sign your name, if you can't write,
you can't write. If you can't, insane. Insane.
Yep.
We never chose, Pat. We never chose. Fam says they keep showing pictures in black and white when they were in color originally. It boggles my that's the part that is insane to me, is like y'all keep showing black and white pictures in the 1960s and 70s like we ain't had colored television for a while. It's weird. I saw a homecoming poster in the past 5 years of a white boy saying he was cotton picking his date. Like, right. No, like those, here's the thing, those like prom posals and stuff. It's like, why would that even be? Why would that be how you ask somebody out? Like, it's like,
I know.
And that's why when people are like, it's so far away, it can't be if you thought that was okay.
That was a good idea. And that was like, this is the one. It kind of reminds me, I don't know if you've seen it, but it was like this couple was doing their like engagement photos or whatever.
Oh my God, I was so livid. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I'm just like,
out the dude wasn't American and she was. It was even worse for me.
I was like, a solid choice was made here.
I feel like I can't remember if I saved it, but there
I'm
was
like,
there was a white guy who was he was reacting as if he was the photographer. I have to
oh
find. I
my,
feel like I saved it. I swear, I feel like I saved it. And it went viral, so I'm pretty sure it's like.
oh
But okay,
my
let me
god.
look because
I didn't see that, but I was like,
it
I saw those pictures
was
and I'm just like,
hilarious. It was everything. Okay.
why did we think that this was a good idea? Like, what? Who, who?
I'm looking it up now because we
Mhm.
need a good laugh.
Oh my
Oh, okay. Yeah,
gosh.
thank you for telling me that I can't spell. Google, I appreciate it.
Honestly, like, you gotta laugh to keep from crying because I
That
was
part.
like, oh gosh,
I
are
haven't
you
watched
kidding me?
I haven't watched black people react to it, but I can
Oh,
just only imagine how their videos work. Come on. Uh, let's do TikToker. White TikToker. Look at that.
I know, it's like, I hate when you try to look for something very specific and you're trying to search all these things and it just doesn't come up. You're like,
That
what is
part.
it? But then next week when you're scrolling TikTok, it'll just come on your For You page.
That part. Yeah, no, it's not there. I'm like, what is it? It was
Oh,
so long ago. I feel like we talked about it though in like a When Black Women Speak.
oh, did you?
I feel like we did because it was like it was when it happened. It just threw all of us. All of us
Yeah.
were like, "What is going
I was
on,
like, why is
sir?"
this happening in the
Right.
year of our Lord
Not in the year of
2020?
our Lord. Not in the year of our Lord.
Like,
Not in the
why?
year of our
But
Lord. But why? Like, no. And it really was like nobody told you that this was a good idea. And then it was also like, as a photographer, all money ain't good money.
the,
You couldn't have
I
paid me
know.
enough for that. I would have refunded you your money and walked off.
He's like, yeah, I'm not doing that. And then
Wouldn't have
just
been a
left.
thing.
You
Wouldn't have been
know,
a
like
thing.
that's like, first of all, like someone had to have the idea, and then someone had to go along with the idea, and then
Right.
someone
Two
told,
people had to go along with it. Two people. Two people had to go along with it. I
and
also just want to know, like, how did y'all family react when y'all saw it? Like, what was the reaction? Because I know what the rest of the world did.
I know. Could you imagine like showing these like engagement session photos at your wedding
Right.
and you have
No,
people
these are
there?
your invites. Most engagement photos become your invites. Which
Invites.
one were
Yeah.
you inviting people to the wedding with? I really must know.
Oh my gosh. And then whoever told them like, "Oh my god, that's a great idea." No, it isn't. No, it isn't.
It's
Oh, Lee, it is a
So I can't
couple.
share the picture because you can see it.
Okay.
I'm gonna find it, y'all. I'm trying to find it.
She's
I'm trying to
trying.
find
She's
it. I'm
trying really
trying.
hard.
Okay, let's see. Okay, we'll see what this is talking about because I don't know. I ain't watched it. We'll see. I mean, I don't know her, so I ain't really trying to watch no ads. Y'all, I'm frugal. I don't got YouTube Premium. I ain't gonna hold you.
YouTube
Oh, it's just
Premium.
gonna take forever to load. Okay.
As
The
Brie
way
would
I know
say.
it's not gonna be hard to find this. Oh, never mind.
Yes.
I was born by the river.
It's Andy with What's Trending here, and yeah, we're talking about problematic photo shoots, anything of that sort. We've seen a lot of them lately. I've seen a lot of weird ones that are from couples and their pregnancy announcements, but wedding announcements and engagement announcements are getting really, really strange. Now, a post went viral on Twitter of an Instagram from an interracial couple. While their names and who shot the photos were censored, it did not stop from people reacting to it and going to find out more. As noted in the Instagram post, the photos claim to be inspired by the 1840s, a time when black slavery was unfortunately still happening. And a lot of these photos are very, very detailed appropriately to that time with handcuffs, shackles, appropriate, let's say, wearings for that time as well. Based on the surroundings of the photos, they also appear to have been on a sugarcane plantation, which is where black slaves from not just America, but Africa too, were forced to work. And as you probably know, a lot of people were not like okay with these photos at all, very disrespectful. Also like, why? Who thought this was a good idea? Many comments were disgusted and horrified by the sight of these photos, and some even argued against the caption, "He was no longer a slave. He was part of the family." The particular viewer even questioned the sanity behind the viewers who put a like on this Instagram post. And obviously, with a post like this, especially circulating on Twitter, it's being censored. People are going to go find out and react to that post on wherever they can find the true nature of it, aka the uncensored version, like Instagram. And no one was happy. Let's just get that clear. On the contrary, the idea behind white people and white photographers have also started to arise in another section of the media. This TikTok user called Cowbaby Blues, whose name is Maggie, posted this viral video.
Okay, bro, you talk a lot.
Photography can be so exploitative.
Okay, but who's gonna tell like white New York like photographer film? Is that taking photos of like old Asian men in Chinatown going like this? Or old Asian women pushing carts like this and black and white is like not the high art they think it is.
Yes, photography can be exploitative, talking about cultures, talking about races, taking photos of people who are just living their day-to-day lives when that is something you're making an event out of. You know what I mean? But back to this, the video is reaching nearly 140,000 views with over 38,000 likes. That prompted a distinctive conversation in the comment section about the exploited nature behind photographing a certain community, region, or group.
Cool. That's someone's grandma. That's someone's on me. Like, leave that alone.
For more stands, Maggie's reference.
Oh, not you gotta. Oh, I was like, you gotta add in a 4-minute video.
Anything that is a community without their consent. This person said, notice how white people don't photograph their own neighborhoods. Like, go shoot the suburbs and let actual people of color photograph our own neighborhoods. Another TikTok user was saying the same thing is being done to homeless people, saying it feels weird seeing people post pictures of homeless men just sleeping on the sidewalk. Like, babes, it's exploitative. All in all, again, it's important to understand, why are we taking photographs of these people? Is this something that's really needs to be done? These are people who are just living their day-to-day lives. Or if you're fantasizing or hyper-romanticizing, hyper-sexualizing a culture, people, or group, is it really like right? Are you part of that group? What is the intention? Also, back to that photograph, real strange. I'm not sure why this is something you want to have for your marriage announcement. But anyway, for more social media daily, peopletraining.com. Follow me, Andy We'll see you for more weird photos and more, but hopefully not. We'll see you soon.
So from the post that I saw, the American one was the wife. So here's how I saw it. So a Christian rapper I follow, Lecrae, had reposted it, and he was like, "Yo, the way we need to pray for people." People just need some prayer. And so he ended up taking it down and making another post because the man in the picture, I guess he was a Christian and he followed him and he reached out to him because he was like, we're getting all this backlash and I didn't know because the man isn't American. Which back to me being like,
wow.
Right. And so apparently I guess I didn't save it because I was like, so here's the thing, not to be funny, but because I follow so many Black people, it's very easily to find a saved post from a white person because it's just, oh, there's not a Black person and I didn't find it. So yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
It was, I saw that and I was like,
but why here's the thing. I have dated, white guys before. I've dated a white girl before. So I've dated outside my race before. And it's not for me. I realize it's not a thing that I would do. It's just not a thing for me. But even when it was, no. Yeah. Never have I ever, never would I ever. No.
Yeah.
You can barely tell me you like my chocolate skin if we being honest. No. Like, no. I just, no. No cotton picking, no slavery references, no. And I just, for the life of me, can't think of why you would ever want to remind somebody that is the history of y'all's relationship. Because that, I wouldn't ever want you to think about that. Like, I would never want you to think about slavery if we were in an interracial relationship. I never want you to think I would pray every day that slavery didn't exist so you wouldn't think about that. It would not, it wouldn't be something I'd want to highlight for you.
Right, exactly. And as it was the white person's idea, like, that's just even more terrible.
Like,
No. And I'm like, if that person, like, even if he didn't know like the history behind it, like, I don't know if these two were still together, but as soon as he found out, I feel like if I was him, I would have broken up with her.
There's no way. Like, there's just so much about it that I couldn't have.
Ooh.
And here's the truth is that I don't know how you withstood it going viral.
Right.
Like, had it just been something that stayed between y'all, maybe. But the whole world is reminding you how awful this is, how bad this is, questioning your sanity, her sanity, everything.
Yes. Yep.
I just couldn't.
Couldn't do it. Nope. Yep.
That's what I said. I was like, and here's the thing. I mean, I don't know how he didn't know. He said he didn't know. I'm not gonna argue with the man.
Yeah.
But, and I don't know if he didn't know or if he didn't understand how it looked. And maybe that might be the thing. Because I'm like, who don't know that slavery was a thing?
Right.
Right.
And even if you didn't know.
And he's black, so he came from some black place. So, like, again, if you don't come directly from Africa, you are a product of the slave trade wherever you landed.
Yeah. And the fact that, like, even if he didn't know, I would be like, you want me to wear what?
That's the thing. Here's the thing. I still know what a slave was. You want me to be in shackles?
Right.
At your feet for a picture?
Right.
Honey, not I. Not Cache Tiana. It's not happening. It's not. It's not.
Yeah. No. It was just not. No.
It's
not good. Not good.
I don't know. So yeah, so that's how we got from talking about, cousins sleeping with each other to like because again, you're not gonna tell me that it ain't something hereditarily wrong with you that you thought this was a good idea.
A good idea, right? Yikes.
Something.
And this is why we don't sleep with our cousins.
This is why we don't. Because then our great grandchildren will do stupid shit like this.
Like that.
Have you ever feeling strange about Eddie P and his writing? If so, how? I don't feel like nothing has changed beyond what has changed from the weeks of reading. So from before we started this book, certainly, but from last week or the week before any of that, no. I think it is definitely solidifying for me other things about writing, other things about Edgar Allan Poe that I hadn't thought. And specifically, it's definitely the number one thing this has done has made me realize how much or how many boundaries and things I need to set as a writer for the things that I write. Because again, everything is not for everybody. And I know, like, for me, one of the things I talk about a lot is mixed company, right? And like there are some things that are just not meant for Caucasian people to hear from Black people. Like that's just period, right? And I believe in every culture there is. Like there are things that are just in-house, right? And we don't have an issue when it's anybody other than Black people for some reason. And so for me, like, I can't imagine doing anything but haunting everybody if you publish the stuff that was not meant for everybody. Because here's the thing is, people are going to do one thing for certain. They are going to dissect and critique anything they can get their hands on. And not everything is meant for that.
Right. Exactly.
Not everything is meant for that. And I think that for me, I'm not going to say that the essays necessarily tarnish his legacy as a writer, but they definitely don't enhance it. They definitely haven't made me be like, oh my God, his intelligence is like through the roof. And da-da-da. Like, it's just like, nah, this man be annoyed by some stuff. And when he be annoyed, that pen be flying. That's all I felt like going through it. And I haven't felt anything negatively necessarily about him, because as a writer, as a person who gets annoyed by a lot of things, I recognized it. I saw it as just that. Like, I need to get this out of my head because I'm pissed off. And so I will say that has been the one thing that has changed. I used to think that I'd be like, nah, outside of journals, whatever I write, you can publish. No, you can't.
No,
you can't.
No, you
can't. Nah. Nope.
Honestly, we've seen it in the last 2 weeks of reading, where it was just like, you can tell this was not meant to see the light of day. This was just something that he was trying to get off his chest because he was trying to sleep at night. You know how when you're trying to sleep and you can't because things just cousin love. Yep. Things just keep spinning in your head and it won't let you sleep until you get up, write it down, and then throw it away. So it's like, there are nights that happen like that. And so I feel like it's definitely Rufus Griswold did this maliciously to Edgar Allan Poe because he was still mad.
Do not put yourself in a position for your haters to have your work. Okay. Here's the other thing. Y'all as writers, we gotta be vigilant, because he had family. Like, ooh, I can get some coin. Give me, Grizzy, I'll give it to you. No, all money ain't good money.
Nope. And seriously, how did his rival, his worst enemy, get that kind of power to be able to publish his stuff? Like, how? It has to be because he died so suddenly. Edgar Allan Poe died so suddenly, he couldn't put any provisions in place. Couldn't.
Y'all, here's the thing. First of all, I don't know why not. Y'all know y'all didn't live that old back then. You know that when you was 40, you had a full life at 40. You knew that.
You had a couple years to go if you hit 40.
It's the lack of preparation for me.
Yep.
Especially to come from a wealthy family, because it wasn't like he came from a super poor one. Like,
exactly.
Like, that's why you married your cousin. Y'all trying to keep the money in the family. Anyways. Also, I just want to say that I had a black moment because I saw Cousin Love and I heard Thug in Love from the Boondocks, and it was like, I got that cousin love. That's what I heard when I read it. That was my black moment for the stream. That's what happened. Thank you for joining us, Bree. We appreciate you. And Bree Cherie, we appreciate y'all. For those of you guys who don't know, Bree is the Locked Booktician and the Locked Playtician. She might actually still be live on her channel doing reading sprints. I saw that when I pulled it up. So if you want to get some in, because we are definitely about to be Audi 5000, definitely head over to her channel. Same, I heard the Boondocks too, right? I was like, that cousin love. Also, I may have just been, binge watching the Boondocks like crazy. So there's that as well.
It was just fresh.
Aaron McGruder owes me nothing. Definitely super fresh. But that's all that I feel like. I feel like one, through the course of reading this, I can say without a shadow of a doubt, I see why he's considered a classic author. So I can say that. Two, I can say that I understand him as a poet so much more, and that he is so much more than the death and the gore that we have been conditioned to associate with him.
Yes.
And as a writer, everything ain't meant for everybody, and get your shit in order before you die. Because if somebody can make money off of it, they are going to do just that. Like the fact that this is free. It is within the public domain. Both of us have paid for it. Can we just say that? Both of us own. We paid for these copies of this totally free thing. Totally free thing.
Yep.
I'm also intrigued to find out when are we going to shift the timeline for public domain.
Oh,
Because the truth is like it's going to happen because companies are gonna try to figure out a way where they don't have to pay families no more.
that's true.
Like you
Absolutely.
think about it, right? Like y'all don't want to keep paying people, especially if the author is dead. Then y'all feel like
Right. This is just money that whoever published it, whoever put this new edition up, whoever put
Right.
this bind up together,
Right.
like it's just a way of like, yeah, let's just keep that in house. Yeah.
You know, I got so many like t-shirt designs I've started and just need to put in a shop. So we got so it is free if you have like a Kindle. You can just like type in Edgar Allan Poe and like it's completely free to download like the complete works.
Yep.
Like because it's public domain.
Public
so
domain.
It costs you nothing to read it. It's the support for us. It's the support for us. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. Okay, so next week we are on to the Oval Portrait and my favorite stories. Okay, this one, am I gonna read all this week? Probably fucking yeah. I mean, dang, I'm trying to stop cussing. Probably freaking yes. You know, here's the thing. When we talk about racism, it's really hard not to cuss because golly. But the Mask of the Red Death, the Pit and the Pendulum, and the Black Cat. So the Black Cat was the first ever Edgar Allan Poe story I read. The Mask of the Red Death was the second one. Y'all,
oh wow.
I love it. 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 I'm excited.
I'm excited too. I definitely, it's the Telltale Heart, the Black Cat. Yep. So those are the ones that I'm familiar with for next
and the Pit and the Pendulum. So I'm not gonna lie, I was looking on Amazon Prime and I was gonna talk to you about this after we're done. There are quite a few older Edgar Allan Poe short stories made into movies on Prime.
Oh,
that we can do like a watch party and watch. Now they're like older, so they're like black and white and da da da. But like
that
I think it gets
really
through because I like some of them I've seen from like being in English class in high school and like watching them, like the Pit and the Pendulum. I've seen that. But when I saw it, I was like, because I was gonna watch it, and I was like, no, don't watch it. Tell Nicole, and then if she says she doesn't, then you can watch it. But if she does, then you can watch it together, and we can make it a thing. I think it'd be a cool way to like in the thing. Like maybe
that would be really cool. That's a great idea because with the Prime, you can do the watch party.
The watch party, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I like that idea. Yeah, let's do it.
I be thinking sometimes, girl. I be having good ideas sometimes. I be like,
you have great ideas all the time.
It sounds like a good one. Okay, y'all. So that's all we got. You got any? Or no? Did you say you? I didn't even let you answer the question. No. That's my bad. I like what? I'm so sorry. Go ahead. I'm gonna just
it's because I totally agree with you 100%. So it's just like my brain was feeding into your brain, and you were just speaking for both of us. So yeah, absolutely. I did do some research because I do the research, and I did find 2 fun facts about 2 of the short stories that we have this week. So one of them was about murders in the Rue Morgue. And this short story actually established a new genre of short fiction, and that is the detective story, which is so cool because when you think detective stories, I bet everybody, classic detective stories, like who wrote detective stories? You're thinking Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, you're thinking Sherlock Holmes. Well, A Study in Scarlet, which is book number 1 and for Sherlock Holmes, that came out in 1887. So Murders in the Rue Morgue was published in 1841, 40 whole years before.
I was like, he was dead when that came out. Yeah. So okay.
So the fact that Edgar Allan Poe kind of coined this genre, which is very interesting because I didn't really think detective stories being Edgar Allan Poe. When you think Edgar Allan Poe, obviously you think horror, gothic fiction, things like that. So it's like it's really interesting how like this established this new kind of short story as the detective story. So yeah, that one was a little tidbit of information for Murders in the Rue Morgue. It's another one. Oh, it's 3 Sundays in a week. So in 3 Sundays in a week, the uncle is refusing to grant his nephew permission to marry his daughter. Cousins.
I mean, I see why.
I see why as well. And so he was just like, the uncle is saying, I'll only grant permission for you to marry my daughter when 3 Sundays come together in a week. And so that's kind of,
I just would like, it's a no for me. I love
you
it.
could have just said no, but but the cousin, her name was Kate. She knew 2 captains that were sailing around the world in opposite directions around Cape Horn. So one went to the east, one went to the west. And so when they come back, they were like, one of them lost a day and then one of them gained a day, because the international date line is a thing. And so when they're talking, they're thinking Sunday, like one of them is thinking that Sunday is coming, and the other one's thinking like, oh, sorry, Sunday already passed, and then they're currently on a Sunday. So it's just like Sundays happening, 3 Sundays in a week. So that's how they kind of did the workaround to grant the permission to marry each other. But what's fun about this story is that this story actually inspired Jules Verne to write Around the World in 80 Days. So
wow.
That's really cool too. So 2 little tidbits of information how Edgar Allan Poe was inspiring other authors to write their stories.
Here's my thing. I've never read Around the World in 80 Days or seen the movie, but I want to, especially now.
Yeah.
Especially now. Here's the thing. I'm curious to read things inspired by what he's done, especially because like knowing how creative and how like deep into his stuff he was. Like the guy that we found that was like a that not that we found that Emma Ray, shout out to Emma Ray, mentioned to us that's like a Asian writer who like named himself after Poe and then like started to write. I'm just curious about this because like you know we got N.K. Jemisin from Octavia Butler. So like what are we getting from Edgar Allan Poe? I'm curious.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you for hanging with us. We appreciate you. We will be doing a watch party. We'll get back to y'all on a date on that. Love a history moment. You know, here's the thing. Nicole always comes with these research tidbits, and I don't research nothing, but I be learning every week because she do. So, you know, it's called teamwork, people. Also, when she was like, we like share the same brain, it's really not a joke. Like, we literally will be like saying the same thing or like texting the same thing or watching the same thing. It's just a thing that happens. Are we dope? Yeah. Do you wish you could be like us? Probably. Thank you again, Pat. We appreciate you. Y'all, I'ma always shout out Pat because she is literally across the freaking ocean. It is totally not a good time right now.
It's like 3 o'clock in the morning.
It's like 3 in the morning because it's 8 o'clock at night for me.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. We appreciate you. All right, y'all have
doing the work.
Doing the work. We appreciate y'all. Thank you for watching now. Either you're watching now or on the replay. Don't forget to comment. Tell us what your favorite stories are. Let us know what you like, what you didn't like. I know somebody had said something in the comments the other day about Edgar Allan Poe being a plagiarizer. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. You know, let us know all the things that y'all want to let us know. I know, right? Thank you, Bree. I want to be just like you guys. You're so sweet. Always shouting out, Pat. Always shouting out, Pat.
Always.
All right, y'all. Now, reading sprints. You trying to get your read on? Head all over to Politian's channel. We'll see y'all next week on Nicole's. Oh, next week we'll be on Nicole's on Wednesday, right?
Wednesday. Yes, a little bit early.
Right. At 4 p.m. my time, 2 p.m. her time.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll
I did.
Go up. Okay.
Yeah, I updated. There'll be a graphic. I promise. Be the time and the stories that we're reading. So we will post that. I'll post that.
Right. Soon. And I've updated the schedule slightly. I think I need to just change the date. Like I moved everything back so this stream schedule should be adjusted in the thing. I'll change the date to the very next day for the next one, so y'all know. But again, thank y'all so much for being here. Bye. Not you gotta hit the end broadcast twice. Come on, you know better. StreamYard.